Hello everyone, welcome to Mayu Programming Club. Today we will be solving another daily Leetcode problem, and the problem's name is Rearrange array elements by sign. So the problem statement goes like this. You are given a zero indexed integer array nums of even length consisting of equal number of positive and negative integers. Okay, you should rearrange the elements of this nums array such that the following conditions are satisfied. So every consecutive pair of integers should have opposite sign. Okay, for all integers with same sign, the order in which they were present in the original nums array should be preserved. Okay, the rearranged array begins with a positive integer. So let's see what the problem statement mean by those constraints. Okay, by taking this as our example. Okay, so the last condition was that rearranged array should begin with a positive integer. Okay, and before that it was mentioned that for the integers with same sign, let's say we pick the negative integers only. Let me first mark the indices. Okay, so the negative ones, as you can see, are these -2, 4, -5 and -4. So their order should remain same in the rearranged array that you will be returning. And for the positive ones also, the order should remain same. Okay, let's say these are the positive ones. Those are 3, 1 and 2. So their order should also remain same. And we have to just make sure that positive integer is the first integer that is coming in the array, and then we can just take one positive integer and one negative integer and form some pairs and just return the array. What I mean by this is we'll follow a two pointer kind of approach. So before jumping into the approach or the solution, it is advisable to look at the constraints, because those to a great extent determines what kind of solution and what kind of time complexity solution, to be specific, you will be using. Okay, so we are told here that the nums array length will be of order 10 raised to power 5, 2 into 10 raised to power 5, you can say, and it will be of even length. It was also mentioned in the problem statement also, and it is mentioned that the value, or let's say the magnitude of each integer in the nums array is of order 10 raised to power 5, and it is mentioned that equal number of positive and negative integers are present in the nums array. This thing was also mentioned in the problem statement. Okay, we have to just return the modified array after rearranging the elements to satisfy the conditions mentioned above. So what we will be doing is we will be using a two pointer kind of approach. Okay, by two pointer, what I mean is you will be having a pointer pointing to this particular array. Okay, you will be separating out positive and negative elements. Okay, separate out positive and negative elements and preserve their order. Okay, so what we'll be doing, let's say we call this particular array as negative, and we call this particular array as positive, denoting positive and negative numbers. And let's call this n index. Okay, and there is another pointer which is p index, meaning positive index. Okay, till both of these pointer reaches to the very end of their arrays, we'll be moving them simultaneously. Okay, so right now both are pointing at their first positions in their respective arrays. So we'll be picking up the element pointed out by p index first, because we are required that the rearranged array begins with a positive integer. That's why we are picking out the positive one first. Okay, so if we are picking out the positive one first, then it will remain the order for the rest of the movements of these two pointers. Okay, and then we'll be picking 3 and then 2 minus 2 it is, then this is one pair, then both of these pointers will be moving one step forward. Okay, this one will be moving here and this one will be moving here. So now comes 1 and minus 5. Okay, and now these two will be again moving. Now comes 2 and minus 4. Now these two will be out of the bounds of their respective arrays, or you can say it will be equal to the length of their respective arrays. So when this happens, we'll terminate. Okay, we'll terminate our operation and we'll be having a rearranged array. Okay, so that's how we'll be solving this particular problem. This will be the approach. Now let's see the implementation part. So this is the implementation part. We are separating out the positive and negatives. Okay, so traversing the array once, given array, and separating out positive and negative values, and then we are using just a two pointer approach, moving both of the indices simultaneously, but the order really matters here, that we are storing the positive integer first and then the negative integer, and then we are just returning the result. Okay, so this is a two pointer approach that we are using, you can say. Okay, and if you ask what will be the time complexity and space complexity, if you observe that space complexity will be order of n only, where this n is the size of your nums array. Okay, if this is your nums array, n is the size of the nums array, then space complexity wise it will be order of n only. Okay, and time complexity wise, since we are traversing the array only once and this thing is also linear, so you can say that, safely say that time complexity wise it will also be order of n only. So these are the complexities, and yeah, that's pretty much it from my side. If you are still having any doubts or any queries in general, then you may ask them in the comment section. Let's submit this before ending the video. Let's see whether it's getting accepted or not. So as you can see, it's getting accepted perfectly fine. So yeah, that is how we'll be solving it. If you are having any, I may like to repeat myself, any doubts or any queries, so please feel free to ask them in the comment section. Thank you for watching. Have a great day ahead.